Yeah, everybody, Sean Bukowski here. Hope you're having a good week and staying warm. Ugh, this is why I live in Texas. I just hate this cold weather, and we had a bit of it. I know it's nothing like your friends up north are getting and all the snow you're getting, but here in Texas, it came out that we were going to have a bad weekend last week, and everybody kind of got shell shocked because we're so um, we have like PTSD from last year and what happened. And I know everybody, you just kind of look and everybody was kind of panicked and they was rushing the grocery stores and all of that. And it turns out it wasn't nearly as bad, of course, as last year. Unless, like me, you have an external tankless water heater, in which case it probably exploded some. But thankfully I was able to get that fixed. So, and overall the storm wasn't as bad. It wasn't as bad. Certainly not as bad as last year. But I still think there could be some insurance claims. It was cold, so there were potentially pipes burst, and if that happened and it caused damage, then you might have an insurance claim, and that's what we talk about this week. A little bit filing insurance claims. We talked about this previously, so I won't belabor the point about what happens when you file a claim. But basically, if you have some damage to your house and you want to file, or your commercial property, and you want to file a claim, you need to call your broker, and they'll file a notice of claim with the insurance company. And when you file that claim, make sure in the notice of claim that you have as much detail, as broad as you can make it, because you want to make sure that you're over inclusive on what the damage can be, what the damage is, and what caused that damage. Just so that you're including everything that's possible, so that the insurance company will make a full inspection of all the damage. And then once you file that notice, under Texas law, the insurance company has a short time to return. They have to get out there within 3 days and do an inspection. And they should get you an answer whether they approve it or deny it pretty quickly. And just, assuming they approve it, or if they deny it, you don't have to accept what they say are the level of damages. If you think that they're understating the damages, you can fight them on that. You can protest. You can fight them on what that amount should be. And if you do get into that fight and you can't resolve it with some negotiations, recently in the last few years, insurance companies have been more and more resorting to an appraisal process. And what that is if you can't agree, you appoint an appraiser, the insurance company appoints an appraiser, they try to agree on what the damages are. If they can't, then they appoint a third impartial umpire who has to agree with one of the two parties. And once two of the three appraisers agree, that's the final amount of damages. So that has been a tool that many insurance companies have used in the last, a lot more, especially in the last few years, as it's included in most insurance policies. At Bukowski Law Firm, we don't really like those appraisal process because, while it can be a quick process, and so you could get what's owed to you quicker, paid for the insurance company, you just lose control and you're completely at the mercy of the appraisers that, two of which you didn't hire. Insurance company hired one, and then they obviously the two appraisers hired one, and those two can, who knows what they're going to include in their analysis, who knows what they're going, how they're going to come up with the level of damages. So we don't like to lose that control over your claim, and as a result, we try to. We discourage using the appraisal process and instead stick to traditional negotiations and whatever other outlets are available to you. And sometimes that includes litigation, and that may take longer than an appraisal process. But in the long run, we really believe that through the litigation process, you are more likely to get full value for your claim, and that's really what we're looking out for. So if you have one of those insurance claims and you're disputing with your insurance company, please don't hesitate to call us. And if you like these, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and to our blog. Thanks a lot.